Let me get my. Let me just adjust the audio really quick. All right. Let me just take care though. Yeah, I honestly didn't think I was going to be back this soon. I really did not. The thing was, I thought it was gonna like take forever, and by the time I got back home, it would have been way too late, and I mean way, way too late. Um, that being said, well, kind of unrelated, but I kind of do feel a little bit bad given the fact that because I have it's for a cousin's 15th birthday. It's for my cousin who is celebrating her 15th birthday, and it's a big deal in the Spanish, Mexican culture. And for that, it's kind of like the Sweet 16, the equivalent of it, but it's for their 15th birthday. And these sort of things happen once in a great while, and I was invited to one. I could have just as easily refused, but it's like it's once in a lifetime, But of course, that kind of I'll probably get into much more of it later on. Oh, also, hey, what's up, Jamar? All right. Sorry, I'm just typing to somebody really quick. I will not take too long, but it's great to see you, Mr. Jamar. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to type to a good friend. Haven't talked to in a while. Okay. Also, hey, what's up, Crimson Ninja and Crimson? Yes, you do have a game today. Um, Albeit you are the pitcher, so of course you're going to be on the. All right, yeah, you're on the bench. So right now you're just hoping that your team does well enough so you can get back on the field again. But your team is on the field. And also, hello to Brandon Cuevas. Who else have? Okay, so Jamar, Jose, and Brandon. Okay. And we also have some news, and I'll get to that in a moment. Hey, what's up, Ramesh? Or Ram. Great to see you, man. So, I'm just going to contact DKO. And another thing I want to mention is that one of the people that was on the St. Louis Cardinals has decided to take a sabbatical. So, out of respect, just out of respect, to respect his privacy or, respect the fact not to quote unquote ping him or DM him when he has a game, I have decided to, let him be. I mean, that's what he wants, and I can only respect it. But he's more than welcome to talk to me in the DMs. But in the meantime, I have decided to bring in a new guy to replace him, and you'll see who it is in just a moment. Anyway, sorry, TJ. Little brother didn't ask if I could invite Brandon. Wait, invite Brandon? Okay. Also, yeah, you could have. Oh no, wait, you haven't invited him yet. Um, okay. I'll get to Brandon in just a moment. I'm just gonna, or actually, I'll just say now. The reason that Brandon's not in it was when he was a couple of months ago, or actually close to a year. I think, yeah, close to about a year ago, or over a year ago. Brandon got himself in trouble, and same thing with Jose shortly afterward. Um, but they both got in trouble, and they served their suspension. But as punishment, I took him off the server at the time. Now, I would have to talk to my most trusted toads. That would be the people that are my moderators there, and I will have to run it by them, or at the very least the people, or at least the ones that care, or were the ones that had them removed in the first place. I didn't want to talk about that personally or publicly, but I just thought, I did not want to deceive you by any stretch. But that's why I haven't invited him back. Now, that being said, I could talk to them, and what they decide to do, if it's their decision to keep him off, then that's the only decision I can make. But that does not mean that they can't participate on the channel as of present. So I just wanted to get that off the table before I run off on the mouth of it. All right, so we have Crimson Ninja, even though he's on the bench, but his team is on. We then have Mr. DKO. Oh, wait, I forgot. DKO is working today. Shoot. Well, I'll still let him know about the game, and whether he watches it or not, that's up to that's up to him, really. Let me see, where is... Oh, yeah. Let me make sure I... So, yeah, right now I'm just inviting DKO. And this is also a good time to go get some snacks and stuff like that. That being said, Ram, I'm not sure if you've ever seen American baseball. Because I know that in the land down under, the biggest sport, or one of the biggest sports, is cricket. Now, I also understand that cricket is a completely different game, but that baseball was loosely based on cricket to a degree. Of course, that being said, I don't know a lick about cricket other than it's just simply the basis for baseball. But I know that you're yeah, it is okay. See, I knew there was something going on. I just I just had to verify that, Mr. Ram. And don't mind me. I always call the dudes Mister all the time. So okay, so there's 11 on the field. See, that's different because in baseball there's 9 on the field. But I'm not sure what those extra 2 positions would have been in its American baseball counterparts. Hey, what's up, Joker? And Joker, you do have a game tonight, baby. Well, I say baby a lot, but yeah, you have a game today, dude. Got yourself a game, buddy. Like you and Drum Monkey and Walter, who I don't have a way to contact, but yes, you do have a game, and so does and so does Drum Monkey, your tag team partner. Okay. Let me just get the new guy and Drum Monkey, and we'll get started. So, is the overall the same as it was in 2K19? Oh, you mean the wrestler overall? Is that what you're talking about? Because I did change it this year. I will say that. Okay. So what I discovered was that Roman Reigns at 95 is the highest. So you know what that means. That meant that for that reason, and also the fact that Becky Lynch is the highest for the women, that was really, actually the latter was the catalyst for the decision to make both the men and the women overall at 100, or in some cases 99, like 99 or 100. That's close enough, really. Mm-hmm. Jose, on some overall, it can't go up to 100. Yeah, that's exactly right. As I mentioned before, you can go up to 99 for some, but others get to. I find that the cruiserweights and the super heavyweights go up to 99, and the light heavyweights and the heavyweights go up to 100. Well, most of the time. I'd seen that firsthand, Joker. Yeah, that's true. Ah, there it is. That's what I was looking for. All right, and then finally, Mr. Drum Monkey. You know, one of these days I'm going to be making a special video as, you know, part of my series of, well, how does the sports series work, like team sports, not like UFC and WWE and things like that. Don't get me started on the bugs. That's a whole different. Don't start. Oh yeah, the bug. Yeah, the bugs can. They suck. I will say that. Okay, and because I don't have a way to contact Wally, we'll just get right into it. Okay. So with that said, let's get to it. So yesterday we got New York over Baltimore 4-0, but now let's find out how Atlanta is going to do as they take on St. Louis. Wainwright Morton. Let's get it. Okay. And if somehow, some way, the game gets, you know, is over before it's really begun, you know, like if one team gets ahead by 10 runs, I will definitely call it in an inning. Well, at the end of a full inning. And I'll explain more about it if we ever get to it. So for the Cardinals, they have Mr. DKO and the new guy, Rockhawk 64. And on the other side, you have Walter Johnson, Brooklyn Joker, and Drum Monkey. And of course, on the bench is Crimson Ninja. And of course, he's hoping that his team at least wins one of two, or one of the first two games, in order to possibly get back in, or even win the series outright. We'll find out right now. Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. And of course, the defending champions, both in real life and from season 2, are about to take the field. And oddly enough, the Braves did start life in Boston, but they started in the 1900s, or the 1910s actually, and they played it up until the early, 1950s, and then they moved over to Milwaukee for a couple of years, and then, and in fact, they actually won a World Series there in '57. But by '65, they moved out, and they moved over to Atlanta, and they've been there ever since. And there you see Joker, number 28, the biggest and the tallest of them all. And of course, with Wally Johnson, really the only member of the championship team still with the team, albeit drafted. We'll see if he can play a much bigger role in this game.
Changed his arm angle a few years back after modeling after Hall of Famer Roy Halladay. Charlie Morton has been a very solid and dependable starter, and I expect him to pitch well in this one.
Anyway, I will explain more to you about cricket when you're done, bro. Oh, okay. My real Brady's not doing well in baseball. Wait, Brady's?
And he fouls this one off.
Okay. I was just looking at my messages in case someone was trying to contact me. Also, let me get my phone and have it next to me in case someone's trying to contact me. Already, the count is up to 2-2. And, of course, if Ram is interested in playing the American version of cricket, or the sport that baseball took its inspiration from, cricket, or the other way around, you know what I mean.
This is the guy you wanted to play when the game is on the line. He thrives.
And of course, Paul Goldschmidt came off of a very successful game last time in the wild card round, and that was what propelled the St. Louis Cardinals to get to this point right here. Oh, you mean the real Atlanta Braves are not doing well this season? Wow. I would not have known that. All right, I'll put you on the wait list, Ram. So what I will do is see if someone falls out, and if they do, I will put you in, baby. I say baby a lot. Also, hey, what's up, Chaos Reaper, or Atticus Black? So right now, your bro, or rather his team, is up against the world champions. And, I mean, it's possible we could see the Tigers and the Braves in Blue Toad Baseball's World Series, maybe. I don't know. No promises, I will say. Anyway, Tyler O'Neill coming up next, and with a runner on first, with one out.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0.
Swing and a miss. Anyway, there you see Joker at the plate. He is the catcher for this one. I'm not sure if catcher is the best position, but considering you definitely need somebody not just with strength, but also with an arm, especially if you want to gun down runners at second. I mean, with an arm like his, I highly doubt anyone's going to try to run on him. But anyway, how's it going, Mr. Atticus? I mean, you guys had a great showing on LTD, and a bunt attempt, but it was, but he whiffed on it, and he gets struck out as a result.
Big, strong guys, because once they're committed to swinging, it's hard for them to slow their swings down, and that appeared to be the case there.
First pitch of the AB now. Nolan Arenado is in with 2 away as he takes a ball 1-0. Really starting to pour now in the forecast.
It's rainy, nice. You know, I would love for it to rain a little bit more. I'll be honest with you.
You know, one of the things you have to really be careful, not just for the position players, but that mound gets awfully slippery and awfully wet when it becomes moist like it is right now. So the umpires are going to have to really pay attention to the conditions on the field.
Yeah, the rain could make it much tougher to hit balls, but it could also make it tougher for the pitchers to get strikes.
For the punch out and the offering.
Case in point, in cricket, we go off when it's raining. Yeah, that's kind of another thing that baseball has over it, but that's not always the case, because sometimes it can rain so hard that it's just darn near impossible to that it's just darn near impossible to have a game. Another strikeout by Morton.
And now the Braves will step up for their first opportunity to score.
Great job there by Morton. And at the end of a half, it's still 0-0.
Adam Wainwright gets the call in hostile territory here for Game 1 of the Division Series.
And the starter for this game is Adam Wainwright. And it's going to be up to him and the next starter, at the very least, to perform at a high level. And if they are to do that, they'll have a chance. And another thing is that the roster from last season is quite a bit different. Because, in more ways than one. Anyway, it washes out or just abandons the match, bro. Then we have to wait again to play. I never knew that. I mean, it's like, I'd imagine it would be like that for like indoor sports, but it makes sense though. I mean, you want to play at your best, and there would be no excuses really.
He's going to try and establish down in the zone to get swing and a miss or ground balls consistently. You have to find something above the belt to get loose on.
If there's anyone who is a tough starting pitcher in the playoffs of all time, Adam Wainwright is clearly one of those people. Well, and he's going to have to be if St. Louis is going to have any chance to win. It's going to come down to him. But now it's up to a full count. And he's got to get this one, especially with Freddie Freeman, who, of course, this was before he left Atlanta at this time. He hits it, but he hits it right to the second baseman, and they get him out. One down.
And time now to take a look at how these Braves are lined up in this one. What's the key for a home victory tonight, Dero?
Matty, this lineup's got to be willing to adjust.
And of course, some of the heavy hitters are coming at the tail end, and it starts with Walter Johnson in the 5th spot.
They have to be willing to use line to line to get this.
I mean, as bad as Freddie Freeman is, once you get down to the bottom half of that list, you have some real, you have some real heavy hitters like Walter, and I'm not sure about Drum Monkey, but I know that Joker is going to hit him out. I know it.
One of the few true superstar hitters in the game. You're no doubt aware of it, but it doesn't matter who he's facing. He's a major league threat to hit the ball hard somewhere just about every time he steps into the box.
Do you have pre-show guests in baseball? Because in cricket they do, brother. Well, pre-show guests. I wish I had pre-show guests, but I would have to invite them. I mean, I can't invite, what is it? I could invite Crimson Ninja. It's up to him if he wants to do some commentary. Same thing with Atticus Black. So yeah, I mean, it's up to them if they want to, do commentary. I'm not going to force them to do it. But if they want to, I'll invite them. It's not a problem.
You never want to fall behind as a pitcher.
Anyway, 2 down and a 2-0 count.
Bear down and execute for the rest of this at bat, starting right now.
3-0 now.
I mean, they speak to the coaches and players before the game. You mean what they call it is pre-game motivation speeches, I guess that's what they call it. So no, they call it pre-game, not pre-show. But yeah, they do have those motivational speeches at the start. Not all teams do it, but I mean, when you have a fired up lineup that wants to impress, that's what they would do. It's more common in college than it is in the pros. Anyway, Adam Wainwright with a 1-2-3 inning. And at the end of one, it is still 0-0.
Back now from Truist Park, second inning coming up. But first, here's Heidi Watney.
Well, Matt, it doesn't appear that we're going to get much of a break from this rain at all as the game progresses. However, I am also hearing that this rain isn't supposed to intensify too much. The grounds crew will be on standby just in case the umpires do call a delay, but the goal is to get this one in uninterrupted.
Yeah, Heidi, and
all right, so according to the report in this one, that the rain is going to be persistent, but it will not be a hindrance. But we all know that Mother Nature doesn't play according to other people's schedules. Well, up next is Yadier Molina. And of course, Molina is... I have to think that once he retires, he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And as a matter of fact, he intends to retire IRL at the end of the 2022 season.
This Ed Drummond, he's a good umpire, fair umpire, good ball and strike umpire, pretty much straight down the road.
That's all you look for, Dan. Just be consistent. I don't care if you're given 2 to 3 inches off the outside corner, but you can't do it on the inside corner. If you're going to stick to one thing and stay consistent with it, no player will have a bright one.
3-1 to him now.
And up first is Mr. DKO, and this guy is thick in many ways. But yeah, but to answer your question, yeah, they do speak to the coaches and the players sometimes. So yeah, they have the pregame warm-up is what they would do. Anyway, nice catch to start off with. And on defense, you have the shortstop, Drum Monkey, Walter Johnson, the right fielder, and the catcher, Brooklyn Joker.
Shortstop through the minor leagues until he dislocated his elbow. Has since moved over to second base, and also both sides of the plate, a switch hitter with this kind of swagger and this kind of defense doesn't come along often.
Number 18 is in now as he watches a pitch for ball one. Perhaps a little low there.
Anyway, ball 2.
And how about the uncommon patience for the rookie in a big spot right here? These have been some tough pitches to lay off.
And he fouls it off a little bit, but it goes, yeah, he hits it, but it falls foul.
And now pitch on the way.
And now ball 3. So this is one of the things that Wainwright, or Morton rather, is going to have to do is, you know, he's got to make his he's got to make those pitches count, and he's got to try to get some outs, like some ground outs, if not punch him out. Well, unfortunately for Morton, he walks DKO, and while DKO is not a threat to steal bases as he's a power hitter, you still don't want to give him up. But now we have the new guy, and I give you the Rock Hawk. Based on the character, not just based on the video game character from Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, one of my all-time favorite games. But he's also a good friend of mine, and his gimmick is just simply based off of that character.
No score here as we play inning number 2.
I mean, he has long golden locks and of course an epic beard. You'll probably see a good chunk of it when he takes the helmet off.
He's geared to hit the fastball right here.
The 2-0 on the way. And
Fouls it off. 2-1.
Throw over to first. Runner back standing. Runner at first here, 1 man out.
Anyway, also the captain speaks. The bowler in cricket asks him what fielders he want, like the 1 for mid and 3 for slips, first, second, third, and so on.
He just waited it out and took off when he had the chance. Nice job of base running there.
Let me get my pop-out chat. And so on that happens in baseball. Okay. Again, it probably may be a lot to digest. Maybe I should watch a game. Like, I know that sometimes YouTube videos or YouTube would post videos like that. And he gets it, but unfortunately he hits it right to the shortstop. And not only does he get out, he does not allow the runner at second to move any further.
And now the first pitch.
Well, of course, Bader had himself, I mean, he had 2 walks, but unfortunately he didn't have any hits. So we're going to have to we're going to see if Bader can, you know, produce in this game, because he hasn't really produced much at all. Hey, what's up, Joker? And Joker, by the way, you're the catcher behind the plate, so you're in the game, dude. But welcome back, Joker. Yeah, you can do that. I'll watch it. It's no problem, dude. Or bro. Anyway, he pops it up, and that's going to end the inning. And still no runs to show for it. So you know a bit about my game.
And we are tied 0-0. And now here is Austin Riley. He's set to lead off the home half of the second.
The third baseman, Austin.
All right. So up next is Austin Riley. And now we're going to see if Wainwright is going to have a much better time this half inning than Morton did. Ooh, went for a swing, but he backed off and got a strike anyway.
You rarely see a pitcher of this quality throw one right down the middle, and man, as a hitter, probably a good chance you're not going to see that pitch again.
1-1. High and deep down the left field line. And that will end up a foul ball.
Anyway, 1-2 is the count. And he hits it right to the second baseman, but they'll get him out. 1 down. You're going to watch SmackDown Live now in my stream. All right, so for the Cardinals, you have 2 Gold Glove winners, but you also have Rockhawk 64 at shortstop, and at right field, Mr. DKO. But up next is your teammate, Walter Johnson. And, ooh, good hit, good solid contact there by Walter, but it goes foul. And, of course, naturally, he has that green bat.
Bottom of the second here with no score. Grounded weakly to the left.
I mean, he hits it, but unfortunately didn't get a lot of it, and he hits it right to the third baseman. 2 down.
Next to bat for Atlanta, Adam Duvall.
All right, Adam Duvall taking on Adam Wainwright, so 2 Adams for the price of 1.
Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball. The 1-0.
Ooh, good solid contact, and our first official hit of the game.
That base hit was screaming off the bat.
Good hit there by Adam Duvall.
More than confirms it. 111 miles an hour was the exit velocity of that line drive.
But another thing about cricket is that, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't cricket have a time limit? But here, we don't have a time limit. We have things called innings, or frames, as some people call it. Yeah, it went through the shift, but now, you know, Adam Duvall is at first, but now you have Joker, and man, this guy is a home run threat. Look at the size of that man.
Here's the first pitch to him.
I mean, the highest you can make somebody is, you know, 7 feet tall.
Exactly what that is. He swings at that. That's off the end of the bat.
So yeah,
That's
7
not
feet
hard
is the
contact at all, and that's an easy
maximum that I can make him. I mean, I have to think that Joker's like what 6'7", 2, 7'3". Correct me if I'm wrong, Joker, but I know that you're more than 7 feet tall, usually. But already at an 0-2 count. Ooh, nice protection there. He almost, had he missed that, that would have been a strikeout.
Ready with another 0-2.
Lays off that one.
After multiple
1-2.
were fouled off, it gets a little disappointing as a pitcher. So you think, say, I'm going to throw one way off the plate and see if he'll chase it. Didn't happen.
I see former D-back and Rocky on corners. Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt. Yeah. I mean, that's a scary thought. I mean, the fact that Arenado and Goldschmidt are in the same team, and yet they are.
Yeah, I think that's the idea, man. But he might spin to win if he starts looking for it in there.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2.
Another foul ball.
Over to take a look.
Of course, Joker's not gonna just swing out of the zone or on the outside, so he's just gonna lay off of it. Ooh, that was close, but it was outside or inside as far as Joker is concerned. Full count. And he hits it. And he beats the shift with that hit. That's 2 consecutive hits.
So despite the runner moving on the pitch, it will wind up first and second here.
But up next is the debut of one Drum Monkey.
All over the place. 2 on, 2 out, and of course, here in inning number 2.
Of course, Drum Monkey looks a little bit different than what his wrestling counterpart looks like, but I hope he does look. But I have to think he does look good. I would think so.
From an offensive standpoint, this is where you got to push the throttle right here.
So now for Drum Monkey, a big opportunity to knock some runs in.
Let's see if he can gap something.
But for Wainwright, I mean, his pitch count is going up, and at a more concerning rate at this point for Wainwright. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch there.
One and two. Here it is.
Nope, a bit too inside.
Now 2-2. This is the pitch where you want to attack the zone. If you go 3-2, then you put the runners in motion.
Just the second inning, but already 37 pitches to this point.
And just about outside on, on the high outside corner. Just outside of it. Pitch count may be a concern, but you can't say that he doesn't know what he's doing. No, absolutely, you're right. He knows what he's doing. He just knows that it's going to be tougher than he would like it to be. And even more so because he just gave up another walk. And now the bases are loaded, and he's got to be careful.
But it's also going to let the pitcher hit this inning instead of forcing him to lead off the next one.
Well, now it's going to be up to the pitcher himself, Charlie Morton. I mean, he doesn't need to get a double play. He just needs one out.
Situation, so you don't want to make it any harder by falling behind in the count.
He's set. The 0-1.
You put yourself in a situation, you got to get yourself out of it. You got the pitcher at the plate, 2-0 count. You got to take your chances and throw something middle of the plate.
Bases are loaded here, 2 down.
Got him low in the strike zone, 2-2.
Coming up right here, he's going to be pumped if he can work his way out of this inning with the game still tied.
And he hits it the other way, but it's caught by Mr. DKO. And man, do they get out of the jam, and they got out of it really quick, as Wainwright is going to immediately go to bat right after this.
So now to the plate, Adam Wainwright, 9-1-2 due up. First offering.
And a strike.
I love everything this pitcher's got working.
And it's kind of amazing that Wainwright was the first pick in the 2000 or the 2000 draft. And the fact that he's been with the team for a long time says a lot more about the man. You know, given his success, you know, winning championships in 06 and in 11. So that just goes to show the, you know, the longevity and the greatness of this man.
But he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1.
Well, that sets up a big pitch right
And
here.
has a chance to get a walk off of Morton.
In a scoreless game. It's tough to work around the leadoff.
Well, he swings and goes for it, but he misses.
3-2.
He's going to have to set his sights a little lower right there. That pitch was able to get by him. His swing was just
Well, he'll take the walk and immediately gets on base. Yeah, absolutely, as far as Molina is concerned. Yadier Molina. I know he wasn't the only one, because I know that he played alongside his brothers. And also some of his brothers played on opposite teams as well. But I know that the Molina brothers were, you know, a prominent, you know, family that played with and against each other. And that Yadier is the last of all the brothers, and it goes foul.
This will land untouched. Set to deliver the 0-1.
And ooh, nice hit. And this could go. Oh, what a cat! No, wait, he dropped it. He dropped it.
The relay, and he is in there.
Oh my goodness. Let's see what happened here. I mean, Edman does get himself a good hit, but what happened there? Oh, wait, did it bounce off the... Wait. Like, did Wally catch it, or did he drop it? Or did it hit off the wall?
And that brings up Paul Goldschmidt.
Well, yeah, of course, you can't forget Albert Pujols, except for the fact that he played 10 years, or a little over 10. Yeah, 10 years, more or less, for the Cardinals. But then he was given an offer he couldn't really refuse in Anaheim, or the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. So yeah, I mean, they made him an offer that he couldn't refuse, and he didn't. And unfortunately, he just wasn't as productive as he once was.
Swung on and missed. He got him on strikes.
Anyway, a swing and a miss, and one down. I think the ball bounced off the wall. It probably could have. But as a result, I mean, you have runners at third and second. So one big hit is going to put St. Louis in a position to win. Or at least take the lead. I mean, I'm not going to say that they will win, but it'll give them a great chance to.
Ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at bat.
All right.
From the stretch. Third inning, no
Also,
score.
let me check and see if anyone else is doing streams at this time.
Fouled away.
Let's see, Monstar is doing a what is it? An audio playoff of the Basically, he's doing an audio version of the NHL playoffs, IRL, between the Edmonton Oilers and the Calgary Flames, the Battle of Alberta. Then back. Wait. That's news to me. I did not know that he went back to the Cardinals. But on the other hand, I can totally understand it because he wants to retire with the original team that he got it. And that's 2 straight strikeouts for Morton. That's 2 consecutive strikeouts for Morton. I mean, Cardinals have a golden opportunity to bust this game open, and they can't do it. Well, now we'll see if Nolan Arenado is going to be able to do it. I don't know.
Struck out in his first at-bat. And the 1-1. Now about a 58-foot breaking pitch that he wisely lays off here.
Hey, lots of guys get too aggressive in a spot like
All right, so 2-1 is the count. One pitching mistake is what it will take. Yeah, it may as well take a mistake. Anyway, nice foul off there by Arenado. But now the pitch count for Morton is also very concerning, as he's at 61 pitches. And he pops this up. And nice catch there by Duvall. I mean, that could have been bad if he had dropped it. But as a result, it's still 0-0.
Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Eddie Rosario. He bounced out last time up.
Anyway, back to Eddie Rosario. Still looking for his first hit. Wainwright is at 44 pitches at this point.
Nope, ball 1.
Now the 1-0 is laid off of down and in.
2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah.
Outside.
And right now, Wainwright not finding the strike zone.
Freddie Freeman there. He'll hit next.
And he gets him to swing at it. And is he going to catch it? And O'Neill, great catch there, O'Neill. A bit further, and that might have been a bit of trouble, but great catch there by O'Neill.
Well, he had to track that one for a long time, and he did so while looking back over his shoulder. Not an easy play by any means. But
I mean, great play there by O'Neill. That was a nice catch there.
So next up will be Freddie Freeman. As he'll take a breaking ball too low, and it's 1-0. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far.
Freddie Freeman also 0 for 1.
Nearly got the inside, but ruled the ball.
Pitching isn't always about getting everyone out. Sometimes it's about being smart and knowing when to pick your battles. He's been really careful with this hitter so far, and rightfully so.
All right, so 2-0.
Fouled off.
Make it 2-1.
Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. On a good pitch there, had him stretching to get out there, and it's 2-2 now.
Hey, I can't have one of my best left-handed power bats fishing for balls off the plate.
Still 2-2. Into the windup and the pitch. Count remains.
And right now, Freddie Freeman is trying to up the pitch count of Adam Wainwright. But he does get him on the corner, on the upper outside corner. And that is only his second strikeout. I mean, that's a huge one, I will say that.
First offering on its way. And he lays off there, 1-0.
Well, he punched out the last guy, but He didn't get any favors from the blue on the first pitch in this at-bat. Probably should be ahead of this hitter instead of behind.
Now the 1-0.
And nice hit.
And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. Throw into second.
And then, well, that throw was a little bit off. But a nice hit there by Albies to get a double.
1, 2, 3 easy innings. But now all of a sudden, they have the go-ahead run standing out there at second base after the 2-out double. Big moment here.
Nice hit there by Ozzie Albies. And up next, Austin Riley.
Standing in now, Austin Riley.
And another hit. It is. And not in time. Albies scores the run, and Atlanta takes the lead 1-0.
You get the first 2 out of the inning. The next guy doubles, and then you give up a 2-out base hit to drive in a run.
Yeah, you want to talk about on the complete flip side, firing up an offense.
Great hit there by Riley, and Riley produces a big hit and a run batted in. But now we'll find out if Walter can do the same, or at the least just get on base. Hits it the other way, but it goes foul.
He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. A 1 pitch on its way. Down the third base.
Hits it, but it goes foul.
Foul for strike 2. Now the 0-2 pitch.
Oh.
And this one's in the dirt. And he'll rein
Well, he
it
keeps
in.
it in front of him, so far so good. But Atlanta now up ahead, 1-0.
Hit in the air to center field.
And he hits it, but a bit too high. And the inning's over, but they get 1 on the board. Thanks to Austin Riley.
Braves get a couple of hits here in plate 1.
Not sure what happened to the sound there, but there you go.
All set for the start of the 4th. And that'll bring in the veteran catcher, Yadier Molina. First pitch of the AB now.
And outside, and we're actually just very much inside. At least inside in terms of where Molina's standing. And, ooh, got him on the low portion of that strike zone there.
Be on the lookout right here. Usually when a pitcher drops in a curveball for a strike looking, now he'll try and throw it in the
And Molina gets a bloop single.
That'll get down for a base hit.
And he gets himself on base. Great job there by Molina. And Molina just showing us that, you know, showing us why he is a legend. He can still get it done, even at this age. But now that gives Mr. DKO a chance to really do some damage here. It's just going to come down to whether he's going to be able to get a pitch to hit, as he was walked last time, so he's still... you know, so still he's doing pretty well with the batting average, other than the fact that it's 0-0-0.
Offered at and missed for the first strike.
That's an error there.
1 and 2 now as that one's fouled off. Molina aboard here at first with nobody out. And he wasn't going to hit
And
that one.
apparently DKO was trying to go golfing, but he missed.
Hitting 101 is changing location and upsetting the hitter's timing. You do that, and
So
everything's gonna be
that's
fine.
one down for
Strikeout,
Morton.
Never threw the same pitch twice in a row, and he won the battle because of it.
Well, up next is Rockhawk, and Charlie Morton is up to 69 pitches. Well, make that 70 now. Anyway, there you see Rockhawk 64. I forgot to change the number on his jersey. I'll try to do that off camera. Swing and a miss. Hey, MSW. That's another guy you guys could go check out. But hey, what's up, Miles Stanley Ward? And a big hit. But this time, Walter Johnson stopped it, and of course, Yadalier not going to make a move. But yeah, what's up, MSW? And of course, MSW will have a game next time. Now, of course, if we get a blowout or something like that. Ooh, nice fielding, and they get the lead runner out. They get the lead runner out, and they retire the side. But yeah, Miles, what's up, man?
Just about set to go for the last of the fourth. But before we do that, here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, I had a chance to discuss the Braves' offense with their manager, Brian Snitker, during the commercial break. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. Yes, they've only scored 1 run, but he said they've done a great job of forcing the pitch count up, and he thinks that's going to lead to more offense for them as this game goes on.
All right, thanks, Heidi. Ready to go in the bottom of the fourth. And standing in the outfielder, Adam Duvall.
All right, back, and we have the Battle of the Atoms again.
Now the pitch. Chopped weakly to the right.
But anyway, how's everything going, man? How you doing? See, nothing much. Just ended the week. This week's Cerulean live streaming moments ago. Okay.
There's another pitch for a strike.
But yeah, for those watching the replay, you guys could go check out MSW with Championship Wrestling.
He's going to have a pretty good night.
I mean, of course, he also has a character in this series. He also has a character in the in Mi's show on Blue Toad Wrestling on WWE 2K22.
No offer at the curve that time, and it's knotted up at 2-2.
And of course, I'll have more information as far as Clash of Champions is concerned. Ooh, good, solid contact, but it goes foul.
2-2 pitch is a fastball high, so it runs full 3-2.
And then, of course, you have Brooklyn Joker just waiting in the wings. So it's imperative for Wainwright to try to get out Duvall. He hits it, but DKO gets to it. 1 down. And then you have Brooklyn Joker, who already has a hit, and look at the size of this man. But yeah, Joker, if you're watching this, what do you think of your awesome mustache?
A ball and no strikes.
I mean, I haven't seen a mustache that good since the 90s died out. I mean, sure, you have guys like Tom Selleck and who else am I forgetting that had awesome mustache? Oh yeah, Burt Reynolds. Jeff Foxworthy. I mean, those are guys that have awesome mustaches. So I hadn't seen a mustache like that in many years. Anyway, a full count onto Brooklyn Joker.
Well, you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
And he hits it the other way, but it's caught by O'Neill. Great anticipation there by O'Neill with that catch.
Ideal with the rain coming down, and that can make every play a little bit of an adventure. You really have to concentrate, and he did there to haul it down.
Oh, now up next is Drum Monkey, who is still yet to get a hit.
Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1.
You have to be careful. You can't sleep on the bunt right here, even with 2 outs. They're playing him back, but this guy can handle the bat.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Misses, ball 2.
2 balls, 1 strike, the count.
Well, so far Atlanta leads 1-0, but I have to think that a 1-0 lead is not going to be safe. It really isn't.
And this will be fouled
I mean,
away.
and while yes, we did see 2 1-0 games
2-2.
in the wild card round, I mean, it took Herculean efforts on the part of the winning pitchers to keep it, you know, a shutout, but also an effort to, you know, keep it to just 1 run given up. Well, they'll get the out at first and end of the inning. Great play there by Rockhawk.
But they lead it 1-0.
And we start off with Adam Wainwright at the plate.
Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the 5th.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cardinals to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. No, they have not scored yet, but they have been successful in running up the pitch count, something they feel will eventually pay dividends on the scoreboard as the starter gets tired and they are forced to go to the bullpen. For now, they're sticking to the plan.
All right, Heidi, thank you. Now to bat, Adam Wainwright drew a base on balls his first time up. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. And so now the Braves will get both a left-hander and a
All right, so in the
right-hander
bullpen we have Chris Martin and A.J. Minter, a righty and a lefty respectively. But I have to think that as far as a 1-0 game is concerned, it just does not, you know, something's going to happen one way or the other. I have to think, and if it stays like this, it'll be nothing short of a miracle. And a swing and a miss, and they'll have to throw him out to get him out, and they do. 1 down. And so far, Tommy Edman with that big double from the 3rd, but we'll see if he can improve on that.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Perhaps a little low there. It's 2-0.
2-0.
2 balls, no.
And the pitch.
Ball 3.
And already 3-0 on the count. And of course you have Goldschmidt, and you got to worry about him, especially given the fact that he hit a home run in the wild card game against the Marlins, and a walk to Tommy Edman, and not what you want, especially with Goldschmidt to come.
Sometimes you have to pick your battles, and they're going to try their luck with the next hitter.
And for good reason. The man did single in the 1st, but he's capable of home runs. He could hit one, and it would be a 2-run or a 2-1 game for St. Louis. All it takes, as you know, Brandon said it himself, one pitching mistake is what it's going to take, and that's what Morton has to be aware of.
Now a throw over, and the runner back in standing. A ball and a strike for the Cardinals' first baseman.
Wow, I'm shocked the hitter took it right there. That's a well-executed pitch down in the zone to try and get that double play.
Here's a look over to first, and the runner back.
Count is 1-1.
1-1. Pitch out.
Oh, out of the zone, but Joker was able to stay in front of it. But Morton is at 83 pitches at the 5th inning. You know, I have to think he's starting to run out of gas at this point. But he's going to try to hang tough.
2-1 home. Fouled away.
Fouled away again.
Runners on first with one down. And a full count.
Does not swing at that very low pitch, and now it's a full count.
Defense has got to be on their toes right here. 3-2 count. Runner on first has got some serious wheels. You know he's probably being put in motion.
Now the payoff pitch home.
Another foul off. Ooh, good hit, but just hooked it foul. 87 pitches for Morton. Goldschmidt fouls another one off. Something's got to give, folks. I have to think. Oh, but he popped it up. Well, but he does catch it, and that's 2 down. But how much did that take out of Morton? Up next is O'Neill, who has done well with the glove, but not so much with the bat. We'll see if he can turn around that.
Especially now, he's got to bear down. He gets the 2 strikes in this spot. Has to put the ball in play.
And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on.
Starts leaving the curveball up, that's a sign he's beginning to tire a little bit out there. He's got to be able to get on top of that pitch, or he's going to start getting hurt.
The 1-1.
He hasn't thrown that pitch much all game. I got to believe as an offense, you just got to throw that pitch away and move on to the next one.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way.
Anyway, I just had to catch my breath a little bit. 93 pitches. It's a 1-2 out. It's a 1-2 count. Make it 2-2, I should say. Excuse me. I mean, Morton has had to work for everything that he's gotten. And he hits it, but he hits it right to the first baseman, and they'll get the out. But how much did that take out of Morton?
No run on no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Braves 1.
And now we are literally halfway into the game.
Swanson will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
And we have a pitch hitter, and that man is Dansby Swanson. And if I remember correctly, he was a #1 overall selection by the Arizona Diamondbacks, who for some odd reason after 1 season traded him away, and they traded him to the Atlanta Braves for, I guess, a bologna sandwich or something like that, because, you know, he turned out pretty well for the Atlanta Braves, and yet it's like they gave up on him way too soon. That's something I like. It didn't make sense to me then, and it still doesn't make sense to me now, how the Diamondbacks had, you know, sure, it was a guy that needed to do some more developing, but he was ready. He was more than capable of rising to the challenge, and yet you gave him up for for nothing. Like I said, a bologna sandwich. However, he does not get a big hit here, but, you know, the point still stands, though. I'm just saying that, you know,
behind 0-2 now.
You know, that just goes to show how inept the Diamondbacks have been. Now, I understand that the Diamondbacks are not as bad now, but yeah, definitely back then, especially into the 2010s, they were terrible. And had been for a while.
Here comes the 1-2. Swung on and missed. He got him on strike.
And Wainwright is starting to dial in.
Making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
I mean, he has 89 pitches, yes, but other than giving up 1 hit, or rather 1 run, he's still in pretty good shape.
strike here on a borderline pitch at strike one.
So I'm looking at the standings at this time. I'm looking at the standings as of the 20th of May, 2022. The Yankees have one of, if not the best record in baseball. And they lead their division by
pretty proud of what he's done so far.
as much as 5.5 games over second place, Tampa Bay. Now the Twins have a much closer race with a 3.5 game lead over the White Sox do the Twins. And the Astros lead 1 game over the Angels in the West. I mean, of course, it's still too early to tell who is the best team in baseball. Well, actually, it's the Yankees by virtue of the win percentage, as they have a win percentage over 700. Now that I see it, but it's still 0-1 or 1-0 Atlanta. And I'm looking at the East, or the National League East, and the Mets do lead it by 7.5 games over, 2 second-place teams tied, the Braves and the Phillies. So, yeah, they really weren't kidding when they said that the Braves IRL were not doing so well, and yet the Mets are doing well. I never would have predicted that. I really wouldn't have. And, of course, the Brewers are taking care of business in the Central. 4 games over the second-place Cardinals. And in the National League West, you have the Dodgers over the Padres by 2 games. But even then, it's still too close to call. It really is. It's very early in the season. Oh, yeah, and as far as the Diamondbacks, or actually, yeah, I take it back. They do suck. A game under 500. Well, also coming into the game just recently is Chris Martin. Well, now we'll find out if St. Louis is going to be able to do damage against relief pitching, or if the relievers are going to shut it down. And if it's the latter, I really do not like St. Louis's chances. But only time will tell.
These are the kind of ABs, regardless of the outcome. You go back to the dugout as an offensive player, and your teammates are loving on you for making that pitcher work and battling it out.
And got caught looking, did Arenado, and he's gone. A strikeout for Martin. Molina 1 for 2 so far tonight. They could definitely use a lot more than just a single.
First pitch on its way. Some action in the Braves bullpen as they'll stand up a right-hander to get loose.
So we have Webb and Minter. Minter still, still warming up, while Webb is just starting to warm up.
Misses for a ball.
And 2 low pitches, and of course Molina's not going to swing at that. I didn't think he would.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Good job to work the count and put himself back in the driver's seat.
So 3-1 is the count.
Now he's got the count in his favor, 3-1.
Set to deal. Here's the 3-1.
And Molina gets another hit. He does. And that might just be a double. Let's see if the old man can do it. And the old man did it. Old man Molina with a big hit to start off with. 1 down and a runner at second. And that man is Yadier Molina. Well, now DKO has an excellent opportunity to possibly tie this game up. Can he do it? and this time against Chris Martin. So far, 0 for 1 with a walk, which included a stolen base when he did walk, but no hits thus far. Pops it up, but it goes out of bounds and into the street. Hey! How's it going? Rockhawk64 and Rock. Dude, I was able to pull some strings, and I was able to put you in the game, dude. Well, anyway, they get the out at first. 2 down. And speaking of The Rock, there he is in all his glory with that sweet mustache and those long golden locks. And we'll see if he can get the big hit with 2 outs in the 6th. Anyway, just got done watching a movie with a friend. Awesome. All right, so 1-0 is the count for Rock. Oh, swings at that. Probably should not have done that, but anyway, 1-1. But anyway, how was the movie, by the way? And he hits it. Oh, great play there by the second baseman, Albies. I think that's Albies, if I'm not mistaken. I can't see from behind. But it's still a 1-0 game for the Braves. I won't be here for long because it's bedtime. Aw. Well, I mean, of course, there's still a lot of game, and it's still a close game, but I'm happy that you got to see it for what it was. Just wanted to to stop in and say hi. Oh, okay, so it was obvious. Okay. So you have Jordan Hicks and Andrew Miller warming up in the bullpen, a righty and a lefty, respectively.
The way he pitches, it really keeps his pitch count down.
And Wainwright is still in the game. Now at 95 pitches.
5 and 6 coming up this part of the lineup.
Although unfortunately he's starting to lose gas, so he's going to have to dial it in, or else he's going to have to get the hook sooner than he would like.
The 3-0 pitch.
Well, he does get one with that sinker.
3 balls, 1 strike.
And that one misses.
And ball 4 too low, and Albies gets a free base. Not what you want to give up at this time.
Great way to start this inning when you're looking to pad the lead. Could be the beginning of good things here in this half inning.
Looks like Albies and Goldschmidt are talking about something. I'm not sure what that's all about. I guess perhaps, personal things, I suppose, but hey. Not that it's any of my business or anything.
The guys on the mound have been executing every pitch.
All right. Austin Riley. Obviously no relation to Riley Wolf.
Yeah, Matty, I think one of the things you want to do is try to drive that pitch count up. And D-Row, if you're the offense right now, you're sitting in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, usually the
Or
starting pitcher doesn't
who
get
else
to see
was
the
also
lineup
surnamed Riley?
I'd be shocked if there's a move made to the bullpen here.
Now the 2-0 home.
And he goes golfing, and he succeeds. What a hit that was by Austin Riley. That was wow. I mean, you talk about going golfing. That was the one time where it worked. Incredible. But now we have runners at first and second, and of course, look who's at bat next. The Hulk, Wally Johnson. I'm surprised Wally's not here, but I guess he might be at bed or something. Not that I blame him or anything.
Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
The Braves have been looking for that big hit pretty much all game. It remains to be seen if they can get it, but now sure would be a big time for that.
1-1 is in off the plate.
a time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
The 2-1 home is laid off up for ball number 3.
You fight so hard to get into these type of counts. You can't let this pitch get away from you. You have to keyhole something middle of the plate.
Ooh, good hit there by Wally. Sorry for not speaking too much. I'm just trying to catch my breath a little bit. But now it's a full count. And he goes to, and he reaches base for the first time. And now Wainwright is not doing too well. And at 107 pitches, I'm surprised he wasn't given the hook sooner than he should. Well, now he's being given the hook. But whoever comes in will not be responsible for a hit given up, as those will be credited to Wainwright. Now that, you know, since he was the one who, you know, put those guys on base to begin with. Brandon Waddell, unfortunately, I do not envy. I do not envy to be in this man's position. Not at all. I really don't. Not so much just because I can't pitch, which I can't, but also because even if I could, what are the odds of me getting past Adam Duvall, Brooklyn Joker, and Drum Monkey?
Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch.
You like the modern style of baseball, here it is. Both starters kept their teams in the game. It's close right now. Now we hand it over to the nasty bullpens. Let's see what matchups are going to take place.
Fouls it off. But now the Atlanta Braves have a real good chance to bust this game open. But can they do it? I have to think that if they are unable to, that's only going to give St. Louis some momentum. But whether they take advantage of that or not, that's another story. But first things first, they got to get through this. They got to get out of this with as little damage as possible. And he hits it down the middle. One goes in, and another one. It's now a 3-0 lead, and once again, and then Jamar's like, "Come on, Braves." Well, hey, you know, if the Brewers are able to close out their series in Game 2 between them and the Dodgers, well, they'll get the lead runner, but they don't get the runner at first. So Joker does reach base, but unfortunately, it's still going on. Anyway, so, I mean, not a bad hit, but it was gathered by the first baseman, and they get it out. So he reaches on a fielder's choice. I mean, good running there by Joker, though, but now Joker is on base. I mean, of course, Joker's not known to steal bases, but hey, stranger things can happen. Well, now it's going to be up to your tag team partner, Drum Monkey, to get the job done. And for Waddell, excuse me, he's already given up 2 runs. He cannot afford to give up any more. If St. Louis is going to get back in this, they got to stop him right here.
And that misses downstairs for a ball, 1-1. Runners are at first and third, 1 away. Strike 2 is the
We're going to win the game today. Well, I kind of highly doubt it, because unless all of a sudden Atlanta starts going up 10-0 or 10 runs or more, by the time this happening is over, then, well, anyway, they get another out, but they also get another run, so it's 4-0. Because what happened one time was I had a game between the Washington Nationals and the Pittsburgh Pirates, and the Nationals got up to a 10-run lead, and it was so bad that I called the game early, so that's what happened. Anyway, number 9 coming in, the pitch hitter is Jock Peterson, who won a World Series ring with the Dodgers in 2020. And if I'm not mistaken, he actually won another championship with the Braves. So the fact that he was on 2 championship teams back-to-back, or actually before that, in the middle, he was playing for the Cubs, but then he got traded to the Braves. So it's not like he, you know... So it's not like he's a savant or anything like that.
3-1 now.
But yeah, Jamar, if when you do get a game, I am definitely going to let you know, brother. I will definitely let you know, man. Also, I'm going to let you guys know on Discord more information for Clash of Champions, given the fact that a lot of schedule changes have happened. For example, I will not be streaming tomorrow. At least I don't think I will. It's most likely I won't, otherwise I wouldn't have streamed tonight. But also another planned stream that I had the weekend after this one, that got scrapped. So, in other words, my schedule is opening up, and I will give you more information. And it opens up more opportunities to stream Clash of Champions night 1 and 2. So I will let you guys know more about it on Discord. And of course, for those who don't have Discord, you guys can you'll find out pretty soon. Anyway, did you know Deion Sanders played for the Falcons and the Braves and won a championship with the Rings? Or with the Braves, excuse me. I believe he did win a championship with the Braves in '95. I remember. Anyway, nice hit there by Bader, but he hit it right to the shortstop. El Mundo Sosa, no relation to Sammy Sosa. But I do remember that Deion Sanders did play for the Falcons, did play for the Braves. I mean, he won a championship ring with the Braves, but then he also later would go on to win a championship with both San Francisco 49ers, and then later on with the Cowboys. You know, back-to-back seasons in '94 and '95.
Right there, he was definitely late on that pitch after seeing a previous off-speed pitch.
I mean, Deion Sanders, you know, there's a reason why they call him primetime. He was awesome.
Stands at an even 6 feet tall, a right-handed batter and thrower. He's in his 3rd season as a major league player.
Ooh, good, solid hit there by Sosa, but yeah, I did see the picture of Sammy Sosa,
2-2.
and I compared to, you know, his prime years to what he looks like now. Yeah, he definitely has the Michael Jackson syndrome, where his skin has gotten very, very light. Now, is it as white as Michael Jackson's was when, you know, at around the time that he died? No. But compared to how dark he was, the difference is so stark, it's not even funny. Anyway, 2 down and 1 more to go. And Tommy Edman, and this is a guy that's also done some damage too, has Edman. Oh yeah, and on the mound is Jacob Webb.
Yeah, that looked like an auto take right there, just trying to measure up this.
So now it's going to come down to... It's now going to come down to whether Webb can get the job done. So far he's done pretty well, but anything can happen.
The wind-up and the 0-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
But yeah, outs and time is running short for St. Louis. If they want to make a move, they got to make it now.
A ball and 2 strikes now. So 1-2.
Ball.
Pretty good breaking ball to lay off of right there. If I'm pitching, I might think this guy might be sitting on something off speed.
Here now the 2-2.
Swing and a miss, though. Sammy Sosa kind of looks like the Joker from Batman. I mean, given how pale he looks, yeah, he kind of does. All right, I'm going to stand up for the 7th inning stretch. Up next is Andrew Miller. And we'll see what he can do, but I mean, like, him and the rest of the bullpen will have to shut this down as far as the offense for Atlanta. Rosario 0 for 3.
Now here's the first offering. Breaking ball drops right in the chute for a strike.
You know, most people would be surprised he took that right there because that looked like it was in his honey hole. He had to obviously be sitting on something else.
And it's quickly 0-2.
All right, 0-2 is the count. But yeah, he really is light. I mean, I remember in his prime years, I remember watching as early as, I want to say, 1998. At least all the way up to maybe 04. Because I remember, you know, like from 98 to 2005 at the least, Sammy Sosa was a cultural phenomenon, especially in the north side of Chicago. And I mean, I remember he was such a marketable star. It was not even funny. I mean, he was all over the place. Like, anybody who knew baseball, somebody had to mention Sammy Sosa because that's how great he was.
Didn't quite catch the zone there.
I mean, there aren't too many players nowadays that capture the attention. I mean, you might have someone internationally like Shohei Ohtani, given the fact that not only can he pitch, he can hit. And someone who can do that, as well. And the last guy to do it was Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth was the last guy to not only pitch as well as he did. I mean, everybody knows that he can hit, you know. Gave it a ride, but just a bit short. But yeah, Shohei Ohtani, became the first recognized two-way player since, you know, Babe Ruth. I mean, Babe Ruth, everybody knows about his home run records. Everybody knows that he could hit home runs, but not very many people nowadays know that he was a pitcher when he started out. And then there was a shortage of batters, so they asked him to bat more, and that's pretty much where his batting took off. And that was in Boston when he was playing for the Red Sox. But then, of course, we all know that the trade happened. That he was traded for $1 million. Was Babe Ruth, and it pretty much led to it led to a dynasty as far as Babe Ruth was concerned. You know, because that trade made the New York Yankees the team that would go on to win 27 championships. And for the Red Sox, they wouldn't win a championship until 2004.
Summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 33, AJ Minter.
But it just goes to show how, going back to Shohei Ohtani, how special of a man he is. And it wouldn't surprise me if not long after this that, you know, we'll see more two-way players. You know, and most especially with the fact that both American and National League have adopted the designated hitter rule. Anyway, a pop-up and an out, one down.
Now it'll be Tyler O'Neill, 0-3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ballgame.
I mean, of course, they've adopted some new rules that are very friendly to the players, I will say that. I mean, I would go through it, but I wouldn't really have all the time to, go into great detail about it. But all I will tell you is that Ohtani is a special player, and I have to think, especially in his native Japan, he's a national treasure at this time. I mean, maybe not as much as, say, like Mario from Super Mario, but he's right up there. And maybe Shigeru Miyamoto. Because I know that Satoru Iwata was also a national treasure, and most especially when he sadly passed away in 2015. But I have to think that Shohei Ohtani is now in that conversation of national treasure for Japan.
Chopped in front of home plate.
Chopped in front, kept fair, and they'll throw him at first. Great play there by Joker.
And that'll bring in Nolan Arenado. And they're down to their final 4 outs here, Dan.
Yeah, and it's not looking too good for them right now, Matt. They've got
it really is not looking good for the Cardinals, because
a couple of guys get on, and then who knows what could happen.
I mean, they have 4 outs to work with, but again, it's not looking good. I mean, if
first pitch of the AB now.
As long as the I have to think this, as long as the Braves play within themselves, they'll win this. But if they start playing out of character, then that's when it's going to be a problem.
Here comes the 0-1.
And wow, just swing that. Yeah, just going golfing is Arenado. 0-2 is the count.
Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch.
Although he does hit this one. Nice catch there. Nice catch there, and that's the end of the inning. Walter Johnson, second, due up when we come back. All right, so Jordan Hicks coming on out to the mound, and unfortunately, if you're the Cardinals, I mean, this is not good that you're using up a lot of relievers to get to this point.
And that'll give way to the third baseman, Austin Riley.
Because you definitely want to preserve your rotation, not just your rotation, but also the relievers as well. Especially if it goes to a game 3. And Riley, big hit, and it's gone. Riley with a home run to give some more insurance. The first for Austin Riley in the postseason. And now the Braves are up 5-0. Big hit there by Riley.
Man, that's not very nice. You come in from the bullpen and you get greeted with a bomb. He's going to have to hit the reset button pronto.
Wow, look at the distance on that one. I mean, not just the distance, but also the height that you have to hit it at.
At the plate, Walter Johnson. This will take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. No hits to this point.
So, yeah, so far no hits, but he has 0 for 2 with a walk. And also scored a run, so that's just as important.
Now the pitch.
But now we'll see if he can get a hit.
That's the heavy sinker right there. He has the ability.
I know that if Wally was here, he'd say, "Come on, me, get a hit."
Or to get that jam job with no one on base.
Well, he tried to hold back that swing, but he still got caught. 1-2 is the count.
Here comes the 1-2.
Pops it up, but it goes foul and hits the screen.
Just hung in there on that one. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes.
A couple of foul off pitches by Walter Johnson, and Wally trying to make Jordan Hicks work out. Well, it's not going to swing at that though. Good restraint there by Johnson.
pretty much the whole time, but he just can't put him away. Not only that, but it's costing him a lot of bullets.
Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, here's the pitch.
And, well, Johnson ended up going golfing, and he missed.
Really good pitch right there. So you're moving the ball all around the strike zone. And then what do? You come in. That's a hard pitch for any hitter to do anything with. Just really makes it difficult to get that bat head out.
Into the box, Adam Duvall, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0.
And of course, Duvall with 2 for 3. Hey, how's it going, Elmy? How you doing, Elm?
The 1-0.
And of course, Elm, you did have a game on the last stream yesterday, or last night. If you want to watch it, you can, but it's great to see him, dude. Do a little grind with GK.
Here it comes.
Oh, okay.
That one, 3-0.
Pretty good pitch.
But yeah, you had it. Well, you did pretty well in your game actually, but as well as you did, I honestly, it was Big Match John that really did some damage. You could watch the game if you want.
3-0 and turned it the slider. You have to wonder if maybe he's lost the feel for his fastball.
But it's great to see you though.
Here's the 3-1.
With Friday Night Baseball on Blue Toad Baseball.
This one off. 1 out, nobody on.
Yes, MBN John. He's on your team. Like it's you, him, and Clinton. With Clinton as the pitcher, by the way.
Genesis Cabrera enters to make an appearance on the mound as he inherits a runner at first with 1 out in the inning.
And once again, the Cardinals are using a lot of relievers to get through this game, man. I'm telling you. I have to think that a little Friday Night Rampage is my jam. I haven't seen Rampage yet, so try not to spoil it for me. I think the only criticism I may have about AEW recently has more to do with the TNT title, but everything else has been great. You know, the build-up for Punk and Hangman, that's gonna be awesome. The Owen Hart tournaments for both the men and the women, that's gonna be great. Anarchy in the arena sounds even better, at least when compared to that of the TNT title. I mean, you know, ever since that ladder match that featured Sammy Guevara and what turned out to be the last match for Cody Rhodes, and I honestly, tell me the truth, Almeister, did you really think that Cody Rhodes was going to go back to the WWE? Because I certainly didn't.
Fouled away.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I am happy for Cody that they are finally giving him, you know, they're letting him be the American Nightmare.
1-2, here it comes. Inside and a hair low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, yeah, absolutely. In fact, I'll let you elaborate more on what I just said, though. And right now, Joker is at a full count.
We could see the runner in motion here on a 3-2.
I mean, Joker is 1 for 3, but just the fact that he has the potential to hit home runs out of the park, that's just how big the man is. Ooh. Fouls that one away. But yeah, Anarchy in the arena sounds great. But I knew that AEW would grow even more after Cody's switch. Yeah, it does, and this could be, I believe, and it hits the pole. Man, Brooklyn Joker just smacked it, and it probably would have went a lot more further had it not hit the pole. 7-0. Wow, look at that. I mean, that's the kind of power that you got to deal with Joker. Whether it's baseball, whether it is football, mainly as a lineman. or as a baseball player who can hit home runs like this. Boom! Hits it on the fair end of that pole.
At the plate now, number 64. As he'll take a look at ball one. 0 for 1 with a run batted in, though.
But yeah, I mean, WWE is just still relying on the same guys. I mean, yeah, they have Cody Rhodes, great, and that's a good start, but
The 1-0.
but beyond that, I mean, what have they done with the stars they still do have? Anyway. Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
Called strike on
and it's
the
kind of
inside.
funny because some people say that Stadium Stampede is the worst match that
The bullpen started here as a
that
right-hander.
AEW has ever produced. Among those people being Jim Cornette and some of the other purists.
Line drive, and that's a base hit and a
But I
center
also
field.
like how John Moxley, pretty much called him out on it and said that was a match, and that was a match that was perfect for a different time, but not today. Something like that, though. But I also like how, like you said, it's straight to the point. Yeah, and you can't say that Jim Cornette doesn't know what he's doing when it comes to being a promoter. Given the fact that he was a manager and, he worked under some great promoters like who am I thinking of? Cowboy Bill Watts,
Way off target here, and it's even at 1.
Jerry Jarrett in Memphis.
Now a throw over to
And I'm
third.
talking about, the promoters in the 1980s and later the 90s, because yeah, he worked under Cowboy Bill Watts, Jerry Jarrett in Memphis, and he also worked
And
under,
it's fouled away.
who else did he work under? Jim Crockett. And then when it later transitioned into WCW, he was also working under Ole, and unfortunately it was Ole that just ruined it for, Cornette, because, Cornette was quoted as saying that, yeah, I mean, unfortunately that's where I first heard about Jim Cornette.
Looked like the fastball got away from him there. It's
But I
ball
have
2.
to say that as good as he was at that point, it just kind of went to shit, did Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, which is what TNA stood for.
3-2 now.
But
Well, he really needs to make this guy swing the bat right here. He's not the type of hitter you want to dance around with.
anyway, Travis Arnold at the plate. But yeah, man,
Fouled off.
that just goes to show that, Jim Cornette, I mean, he wants to go back to that old school,
And he finally wins the
wrestling,
battle as this is swung out
Southern
just for the
wrestling.
second out.
Well, that's
or at
just
least
a
wrestling
quality
that,
pitch
in his
there.
mind,
Location
makes
is
sense.
right on, because if it's put in play, there's
Not
a
the
good
sports
chance
entertainment
it's
stuff,
gonna
not
double play.
any of the stuff that AEW has done.
Luis Garcia.
Although, to be fair, AEW is more like a buffet. You're going to get some things you like and then some things you don't like. But Cornette has also been quoted as saying that he wants to live long enough so he can piss on Vince Russo's grave. I mean, if that does not tell you how much hate that man has for Vince Russo, what does? I mean, you tell me. Anyway, right now the Braves are just pouring it on the St. Louis Cardinals, and I don't blame anybody else that's not watching this.
I love the confidence in that pitch right there, going right after one of the
I
better
probably
hitters
should
on
call
this
the game
team.
off, but
Not afraid to execute.
we are getting close to the end, but still. It's like you always have 3 outs.
Here's the 0-1. And a check swing here as he couldn't help himself. And it's
But anyway, as far as Vince Russo,
a runner on first
many
with
people
2
credit
left.
him as the man who saved WWE and the man who sunk WCW.
That misses.
I think the one thing that I remember most about Jim was his quote shit list. And he was quoted as saying that the shit list should be reserved in his mind for people that have little to no redeeming quality at all.
Taken for ball 2.
And of course Russo tops the list, really. Like him, Kevin Dunn.
Look out. Don't want to get him there. It's full 3-2.
Yeah, I mean, those are the two that come to mind immediately.
That last pitch on 2-2 wasn't even close. He had this guy in the ropes, but now he let him right back into this at bat.
I mean, there's other people too, but those are the two people that are at the Beaver?
And I'm pretty sure he thought that was a strike.
Beaver teeth?
What do I have to do?
Oh yeah, Kevin Dunn. He's the guy with bad teeth that kind of looks like a beaver.
And now, Freddie Freeman flew out last time up.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and
That's what Jim Cornette called Kevin Dunn. Yeah, you're right. It didn't compute right away as far as Kevin Dunn.
On a terrific pitch.
The 1-0.
What surprises me really is the fact that Kevin Dunn still has a job. You'd have thought with the ratings going down that Vince would have had some sense to, fire him or replace him with somebody or have him retire or something, but no, he's still employed after all these years.
Just has to be careful not to get
But like you said, Elmeister, that just goes to show that, Vince is out of touch.
This is where you got to be geared up for something to drive. I don't think you can just.
And in fact, that's what Serena Deeb kind of mentioned a little bit. I mean, she mentioned that the fact that she had gotten breast implants for a perverted old man.
That's in there, and it'll run the count to full 3-2.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind getting myself a girlfriend like that, but I mean, at the end of the day, it comes down to personality and not so much look. Even though it does help, but that's just me, though.
So 2 home runs in the inning lead to 3
Well,
runs on the
I would say yes for the most part, but he's got to handle that TNT title, with much more care from here on out. And I mean, in fact, I have to think that they either have to book Scorpio Sky, the current champion, strong, or just have him lose it to somebody else and let them run with it. Like give it, hell, you could even give it to Dante Martin and have him go on a legendary run, or put it on someone like who else do they have? Or maybe Ricky Starks. That is if they don't win the tag team championships by then. Who else?
Set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. This is hit high in the air out toward left.
Anyway, a pop-up and one down.
One away.
2 outs left to go. Or yes, I actually wouldn't be upset with him dropping it to Hook. Although, honestly, I think Hook is still a bit too green at this point. At least when compared to like the elite of the elite, if you know what I mean. But I wouldn't be upset about that. I honestly wouldn't. And then, he's
ready. Here's the first pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike. Now it looks like the Braves are going to get a lefty up and throwing in their bullpen.
I mean, I would have said Samoa Joe, but he's already a champion. I mean, I never was big on like Danhausen. I mean, not to say I hate the guy, but he just looks like a creep. I guess I never can get him though. But I will say Hook is awesome. I will say that.
Here it comes.
I actually wouldn't be upset about that. I really wouldn't.
The 0-1 pitch.
Yeah, because Sammy, another thing about Sammy was that by himself, he was pretty great. You know, he had some great segments. He had some great matches.
Now his swing, and he pops him up.
And wow, a bloop single for Rockhawk 64. So they have somebody on base, but it could be too little too late.
This guy's so big and so strong, he's able to muscle it into right field for a base hit.
Yeah, you hand your batting glove.
But yeah, Sammy had all the momentum, and then they acknowledged the relationship that he had and still has with Ty Conti, and then they became, I don't know how, but they just became the new Brandy and Cody, because then all of a sudden they started turning on him, especially when and what also didn't help with Sammy was that originally he was supposed to be engaged with somebody he was you know, gonna have a wedding with, but then it was called off. And some people look at it as, oh, he must have called off the wedding so that way he could be with Ty. So that didn't help.
You will advance. Well done in game one.
Well, I just figured I'd give him a shot and, you know, check out what he does, and if I like it, I might actually join up a game. I still have to look at my schedule, you know, long term, really. But at the end of the day, the Atlanta Braves win 7-0 over the Cardinals, and the Cardinals will have to find a way to turn this around, because as it is, Atlanta is primed to sweep them in a 3-game series, 2-0. I mean, the Braves just had it all, man. They just ran away with it towards the very end. But congratulations to the Braves as they move one step closer to going back to the National League Championship Series. Of course, they still await the winner of... I mean, of course, it's not a foregone conclusion. I mean, they still got to get the job done. But should they be successful, they'll take on either the Dodgers or the Milwaukee Brewers in the other series. And the player of the game is Austin Riley, 3 for 4, with a home run and 2 RBIs. I mean, of course, Brooklyn Choker also had a home run too, but Austin had 3 hits. No relation to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
The loss goes to Adam Wainwright. Time with the ball game, 3 hours and 3 minutes.
Incredible game. I mean, it was incredible towards the end because it was a 1-0 game for most of it, and then by the 6th they just ran away with it. They ran away with it, and anyway, let's take a look at the bracket just so you can see. So yes, the Yankees won their first, game 1 in a best-of-3 over Baltimore. So the Yankees need only one more win to move to the American League Championship Series to face off against either the Houston Astros or the Detroit Tigers. So that is where our bracket stands right now. So Elm, what do you think of your team's chances? I mean, do you think that they'll win? Or do you think that they have to avoid certain teams if they're going to win? Or do you think that they have what it takes to beat anybody? Anyway, that lead player probably doesn't relate to the "What's up, Cubby?" Just Lee Belmont. I don't know. I don't think so. But thank you for coming in, Elmeister. It was nice to talk, especially as the game was starting to become a blowout. Yeah, you do have the best spot because, I mean, you had the number 1 seed. And that was by virtue of being not just the former champions, but rather the runner-up in the World Series in Season 2. I mean, of course, you've been to 2 World Series, and you won the first one. You won it in MLB The Show 19. And what happened was you took over for Jose Blanco, who got suspended, and you took his spot, and you won the series with the Yankees. And that was to close out that game. So who knows? We could see the Yankees win 2 championships in 3 seasons. So anything is possible. But of course, we are going to start things up differently from season 4 onward. And I'll go into much greater detail in the video later to go. I got to do better hitting the ball. Yeah, man. Definitely. Actually, let me look at the schedule for the other teams still left going. Okay. All right, so the next game is going to be Houston and Detroit, and followed by Los Angeles, Milwaukee. That being said, though, on Sunday, here's the announcement for Sunday. Sunday is going to be day or night 1, depending on what time of the day it is, but it's going to be the first day/night of Clash of Champions, and I'll give you a short rundown of that card really quickly. So we have 3 bonus matches and 9 official matches for that show. The bonus matches include 2 Queen of the Ring matches and 1 King of the Ring. So you have Lissa and Bowsette, and then of course you have Jennifer Richards and Speranza Dancy. And in our King of the Ring match, it's going to be Blade Charge against Kenny Omega. Yes, Kenny Omega. That Kenny Omega. But then, of course, we also have championship matches. And yes, this involves you, Elmeister. And Elm, you are going to face off against Feck and Jinku Gekoga in a tables, ladders, and chairs match to crown the first, in a long time, the first ECW World Television Championship. Yes, the ECW World Television Championship. That's what you're going to be fighting for at Clash of Champions. Other big matches include a King of the Ring and UFC Championship match between Crimson Ninja and Glendon McCleary. And for Jamar, and I mentioned this because he's here, for Jamar, he's going to be competing in a Crazy 8 match to crown the first ever men's up-up-down-down championship. But to do it, he'll have to get past Shifty the Clown, Dragonheart, Cruise World, Elias, JT Price, Austin Theory, and Hulk Hogan. But those are just some of the matches. I could go into every single one, but I don't really have the time to go through it in great detail. But I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what to expect this Sunday. So be on the lookout for that. Most likely no stream tomorrow unless I get back home from the party early, which, again, very unlikely. But if somehow I do, I'll do a bonus stream for you guys. It's no problem. That being said, this is the Blue Toad to Jew22 signing off. Have a great night, everybody. Peace and rest easy. And do stay safe. Take care, everybody.